In today's video, Dog Squad, we are going to be previewing the whole Dallas Cowboys 2024 regular season schedule. We're going to be going game by game and viewing it because I never actually reviewed it the whole entire. In today's video, Dog Squad, we are going to be reviewing the Dallas Cowboys schedule for this upcoming 2024 NFL regular season. And we're going to be going over scenarios of how they can win and maybe how they also could lose. I'm not going to predict my prediction. We're just going to be doing preview of each game. But we will also have our game previews the whole entire season and before each game. So hopefully you stay tuned for that during the season. And make sure you subscribe so you never miss one of my videos. We're on the road to 1K. We're super close. We'll have a couple more Cowboys videos this week. The only videos we'll have besides the predictions will be Dallas Cowboys. We'll have a couple shorts as well besides predictions upcoming this week, or at least that's guaranteed for right now. If anything changes, I will let you know. Now, without further ado, make sure to like and subscribe. Like I said, without further ado, let's get right into this video. Here we are, so we got Dallas and Cleveland. This is going to be one of those games. It's week one. It's Dallas. Sometimes we don't play well in week one against the good teams, and we just somehow get close or we don't win. Now, we played well against Tampa a few years ago in Tampa, and we did really well. Lost that game. It's going to probably be the situation. Not that 2022 game. We just didn't show up to play that game against Tom Brady and the Bucs. We beat them earlier in the year, though, in the playoffs. And that's a good thing to say. You did beat Tom Brady in the postseason, king of the postseason. But we did have some trouble in the past, but Dallas is going to Cleveland against a really good Browns defense. Their offense, of course, is good too. They just don't have Joe Flacco anymore, so they're a talented team there, but the defense is pretty good. That is pretty out right now after coming off a really good defensive season and then coming over to this season and hoping to be on fire. Now, Dallas is going to have to make sure with that young O-line to make sure to contain that. That's why I can see where Dallas is getting some hate and saying that they're going to be a probably 11-6 team, which I'm not going to share my predictions right now with y'all because that'll be later before the season starts. That'll be like one. That'll actually be That'll be actually coming up this week. I switched it up. The NFC East last year was at the end, so it'll be later this week though. But because so that's gonna be a tough game. And when you compare our defense against offense, that's going to be more balanced. So I think it's going to be probably mostly a defensive game, low scoring, whatever there is. Okay, Saints-Cowboys should be an easy one. Dallas, obviously, at home, and they do pretty well at home, but, you know, we already figured that out in the playoffs last year against Green Bay, which I honestly still think it's a Green Bay, San Francisco thing, and we don't do well with it. Honestly, this is going to be, should be an easy game. Saints may come ready to play and Dallas doesn't, but I don't think that'll be the situation here. So that maybe the defense is going to hold up, maybe get a pick or something against Dak or something, I don't know. Or maybe cause a fumble with a good DB room, maybe almost top 10 defense in the league. I said NFC South. So there could be some trouble, but I'll speak. Ravens-Cowboys is going to be really tough. I mean, can you contain Lamar Jackson's speed? Can you contain his QB skill? That's the defensive struggle there. That could happen and may not be able to do it, or could very, very well dominate against Baltimore's offense. And then Baltimore's really good defense too is Dak and the offense of the Cowboys and with CeeDee Lamb. If he doesn't hold out, which I think he could play this season, determining on. I think he'll come back later before maybe if he doesn't hold out training camp. I think he's been training, so I think he'll come back. Dallas, honestly, that's going to be good against the defense. I think it's going to be good. It's going to be a good matchup. I think especially since we're home, we get a little help there because we tend to freak out on the road, and hopefully we don't do that this year because we can't afford that. Dallas and Giants, we own the Giants. This should be easy. I'm not even really going to talk about this one. Besides, don't let anything happen. This should be an easy game against those Giants. We own them. Cowboys Steelers, yeah, it could be maybe a sleeper. Steelers aren't bad, but they're pretty inconsistent. I got Russell Wilson, who's not really that good anymore as he used to be on Seattle. And honestly, yeah, that's basically it. Oh, sorry about that. Honestly, the Cowboys this can be a road matchup where it's going to be maybe one of those that they may squeeze by. They had that. It's kind of maybe about a Chargers game, and I think the Steelers are going to be better. That's all you can do. Pittsburgh's got a really good defense. Dallas is going to have to make sure they wake up on that offensive side with Dak, CD, Cooks, all that. Can make sure you play like a good Cowboys offense like we've done before, a talented team that can go far. And, well, I'm not even talking about that right now, but a team, because we talk about Dallas not showing up sometimes to play, and sometimes they don't do it in the regular season. When you can have to contain TJ Watt, that O-line, and Dak's going to have to get out of the pocket. He's going to have to use his legs. He's going to have to find someone to throw to. He's going to have to find Lamb. Got to find Cooks. And I can see those tight end fades also could be really good to use there in that situation. And then that's basically avoiding. And then maybe don't let Russ cook all over you, please, against the Dallas defense. I think they'll protect that Steelers offense pretty well, our defense, but our offense is the main question against a pretty good talented Steelers defense. Lions and Dallas Cowboys. Lions are going to come out ready to play. They're going to come out ready on fire. They're going to finally want to beat us. They've lost like the past 4 or 5 times, especially after last year's controversial call, which I've gone over it before. I'm not going to talk about it again. But it's going to be one heck of a battle, and Dallas could lose if they just don't play well, or they let the Lions walk all over them. Because the Lions are good. This will be a good matchup. You should be fine. And last year you had some trouble on the defensive side at the end, but you did really well. And then some of those turnovers got to you. Lions a really good pass rush. You were able to block that good well, and then they didn't do well in the secondary, but they did pick up some guys that should develop, so watch out because they could be better and make smart choices with the ball. You got to be the better team in that game. You got to squeeze by there, get the win. Cowboys and Niners, just don't play crappy and you'll win the game, or at least get close. You'll get close to winning the game. You don't ever do well against San Fran. I don't know why you got to go back and play them. I don't like it either, but that's how it is. Falcons are sneaky. I could see us dropping a couple games, maybe 3 there. I could see us dropping this game to the Falcons if we're not careful. I'm not saying that's my prediction, but dropping to the Falcons could easily happen because I can see a good team like that, or a team that's progressing, and us being on the road and going up against a developing Falcons offense with Kirk Cousins, Drake London, all them, and then Bijan Robinson. Oh, man, stopping the run's going to be treacherous that game. Oh, and the Niners game and the Lions game, which we didn't do well bad against the Lions last year, stopping the run, even though I think one of them got a TD. I think it was Montgomery. That's going to be a question on that defensive side. The offensive side should be fine. I don't think I'm really worried about their defense as much as us going up against Kirk Cousins and their offense as much. So, but, that could be a tricky game there, so be careful. Philadelphia, Dallas should be just one of those games. Just went at home. Should be regular. I don't know how they say about it, the division matchup. But, you know what to do against Philly. Houston, okay, they're much better last year. Could be easily Super Bowl contenders with help as long as Diggs doesn't pout or anything like that, like he's done. But no, Texans defense, much better now. Will Anderson Jr., one of the best on their team, especially a second-year man out of Alabama. C.J. Stroud's top 10 QB, almost top 5, may even be top 5, depending on also how he does this season. It could be treacherous. I could see that Texans offense walking all over that defense if they do, or if they come all over that Cowboys defense if they come scared. Cowboys tend to do that sometimes and come scared against some of those big teams. But you sometimes take cover. we're fine. It's just sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. That's good. We want it more consistent, but we can. And going up, I mean, Texans got so many offensive weapons: Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Stephon Diggs, Joe Mixon, and you got C.J. Stroud, quarterback, Dalton Schultz. Man, some old-time Cowboy homecoming for me. I mean, it's just gonna be tough for our defense. Offense, it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think the Cowboys should be able to maybe get a few TDs for Dak, maybe a Zeke touchdown. I think it'll be high-scoring, but I think hopefully make it good and don't let it be like a shootout not a shootout, shutout. Cowboys Commanders is one of these games where the Commanders can look all good and they can act all like the pro and all that, and then Cowboys come in there and don't act like the play, but just calm down, go in there, take care of business, and get out of there. I'm saying the Commanders probably could be a better team this year with Jaden Daniels. So, Cowboys at home against Giants, not going to talk about that. But we know what to do. Bengals, Cowboys. Okay, Joe Burrow, we played him a couple years ago. I think Mixon was out, but, they don't have his, but, they got Zach Moss now. Not as good as Mixon, of course, or at least I know of. This could, and if maybe Joe Burrow stays healthy, which I think he will by then, they could be on a roll there. I think the Bengals will get going late in the season, but I do think it's going to be tougher for them to actually beat us now this year. I think we'll win again. We're on the road. We're going to beat the good team. We've beaten them before. We're not going to probably lose to Joe Burrow. We know how to handle him. We can pass rush him. Bengals, I don't think they have the best O-line, and they can just get that pass rush going, and he can force maybe some picks. That'd be good. The offense should be able to take care. Dak should be on a roll in that game. O-line's got to make sure. I feel like it's going to be one of those games where that O-line's going to have some trouble. I don't know why. I just do. I don't know why. I just feel like the O-line's going to have some trouble that game. One of those games that's good, and you always got that one thing that's going to be wrong. It's going to be O-line that game, and we're going to have some trouble in that first half or something like that. We'll get together. Cowboys Panthers should be an easy one. Do what you did last year. Get out and go. Buccaneers Cowboys. I'm hoping to kind of go to that game, honestly, because it's a game I can actually go to. Because football season in the way, and it finally rolls into December and all that, and school and all that. So what this is, Tampa Bay is progressed. They have progressed. Mike Evans, probably a future Hall of Fame receiver, probably, and the defense ain't even that bad. They're not that bad, I think, but they apparently were able to hold Philly. Of course, last year they weren't. Philly wasn't that good at the end, but they battle with you. Tampa will battle with you. They'll be one of those sneaky teams, probably take that little 10-0 lead if they don't wake up. Cowboys got to wake up. Cowboys got to get on a move the ball around, get going, past that Buccaneers defense, who, like I said, is not bad. You got the plays for it. You got the talent for it on the offensive side. And then defense, pass rush Baker. If he goes under pressure, you can easily get him, maybe throw a pick or something to Bland or whoever, Lewis. I don't even know. You can get something like that. Honestly, they're not the best O-line, but you can if you rush in time, Also, if you can I think you can get a couple sacks. I think T-Law. I think that'll be the game where they get. I think there'll be a game where they get a lot of sacks. I think that will against Bucks and then maybe the Bengals. I think that'll be the game though. Cowboys and Eagles. If you want to sweep Philadelphia, if you want to beat them on the road, you've got to if you got to fight with them, of course, you know how to fight with them, and if you're back in another good situation at the end, you got to take advantage of it. No taking sacks, no letting sacks happen, and you don't make stupid plays, okay? It's kind of hard. A lot of these games we're talking about Dallas showing up to play, because we have some games that I think we could easily won if we had shown up to play or don't make stupid mistakes. But basically that's a good defense. Okay, Commanders, Cowboys, probably one of those NFC East battles. We do usually pretty well with that. Big defensive battle here. Should be easy. Protect Lamar, get Lamar, force some fumbles, force some throws, get offensive situations. That pass front's going to be coming. They're going to be tipping balls, maybe getting picks if they could. You have block, you have the talent. Get that ball out fast against a good Baltimore team. be good. Cowboys Giants should be fine. Cowboys Steelers probably be a low scoring game where I feel like, I don't know why, it should be one of those ugly wins, I think. Lions Cowboys, do what you did last year, you should be fine. Force the ball out of, if you get the picks, do something with it. Don't let anything happen. Don't let one of those controversial calls happen again. And you should be fine. You should get blocked for Dak when that pass rush comes, Asa Hutchinson and all of them. And you should be fine getting the ball out. They won't be able to protect Lamb and Cooks or anything like that. You got Niners, that'll be freaky. Hopefully you can just stay with them. Falcons could be a sneaky game. Defense is what I'm worried about more than the offense. Stopping the run against Bijan. Eagles, Cowboys, you know how to take care of that. Texans, Cowboys, defense again. That's going to be trouble if you can't stop the run, can't stop the pass against like 4 really good receivers. And then their defense could be a sleeper, could be one of those. They probably get a couple turnovers against Dallas, but make sure you just get past that. Cowboys, Commanders, wake up. Giants, Commanders, wake up. Bengals, Cowboys should be fine. I'm not worried about Cincinnati. They can be good, but they don't do as well against Dallas. Cowboys, of course, they also don't do well sometimes to start the season, but it's going to probably be one of those games where Dallas is going to sneak by a win and get out of there with that win. Of course, if we can hold up Joe Burrow, because he can make those plays, and I can see our defense lighting up. Cowboys, Panthers should be fine. Bucks, Cowboys, watch for Baker. Don't let the Bucks defense do anything, because I don't think they're not that good. Of course, they weren't really that best. They got the best D line. They got one of the best D lines, so watch out for that young O line. Could get to Dak and maybe cause a couple fumbles or maybe force picks or something. But if he can just get out and play like an MVP, he should be fine, which I think he can do, especially how he's progressed. And then Eagles, please don't have any stupid situations again, and you should be fine in this situation. So that's going to be it for Dog Squad today. Thanks so much, man. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you in the next video. We'll have a couple Cowboys videos this week, and we'll finish up our AFC side of the predictions tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching, Dog Squad. Peace. I would have hated it.